Hello you beautiful people and welcome to today's video. Today we are busting out the old acrylic gouache again because I have had these paints sitting on my shelf and I have not been using them in a while. I have used normal regular gouache a while ago, but not the acrylic kind. So yeah, we're using that today. So I oftentimes muster up the energy to use paints, really, because for paints you cannot just simply sit on the couch and grab your pencil case and start drawing or painting. You have to go sit on a desk and get some water, get out your brushes, get out your mixing palette, and then the worst part, you have to clean up after yourself. Like, you have to clean up the mess you made with the paints, and sometimes I'm not there for this. So yeah, but this time I had the energy and I used it and I painted a picture. Also, I recently found a huge amount of canvases that I bought for cheap in the last lockdown, and I did not really use them, even though I planned on using them. I did not really use them. So I have a lot of canvases that I need and want to use. So I decided it is time to paint. And yeah, I tend to paint. If I draw a landscape, I oftentimes draw rocks and mountains. And I don't know why. I just don't know why. It just happens, and I cannot really explain it. Maybe it's because I'm not a huge landscape painter. I rarely paint landscapes. Mostly I paint landscapes when I paint with gouache. But I don't really use paints that often, so I don't often draw landscapes. So this is what I wanted to say. And it just kind of happened. I just thought, what could be in a landscape? And then there was like, yeah, a bit of grass, a bit of a sky, a bit of a foreground, a bit of a middle ground, a bit of a background, and rocks, basically, is what happened. So I don't know why this always happens, but like, I'm not mad about it. I tried to make this landscape a bit more fantasy, kind of like, because I like that. And also I decided to take a big gamble on the sky and make it red. And the reason why I decided to make it red is because I have a very huge tube of red paint, and I barely used it. I just thought that I could make a red sky because I wanted to mix things up a little. So I did that, and I think the red sky is a nice contrast to the rocks and the meadow, and it kind of makes this whole landscape a bit more fantasy or alien-like even. I probably should have used a reference, because I struggled a bit with the grassy landscape. I very, very much struggle with grassy parts of landscapes. They barely ever turn out the way I want them to turn out. I should use references, but I'm lazy, so I'm just in the flow of things, and I don't want to look up a reference because that maybe would take me out of the flow of painting. I should Google something to use as a landscape before I start painting. But on the other hand, that requires work and so much effort. I just wanted to get started painting before I lose that spark, before I lose that energy. So I just went for it. But I think that this did not turn out too bad, so it's fine. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it kind of like how the rocks turned out. It's kind of funny. when I paint something like this, it's like carving a sculpture, if that makes sense. Like the form of the rocks kind of, because I barely use any references, which is a bad practice, and you should not take me as an example because I'm a bad example for that. Yeah, it kind of happens as I go, so yeah, it's funny. And but I think I did not too bad with the mountain and stuff. So yeah, I have a lot of time to fill for this voiceover, so I'm just gonna talk about random stuff for a while. And I forgot what I wanted to say. I should write a script, but also that will mean I would be prepared, and I'm not good at preparing, so you have to deal with me rambling. I'm very sorry. I decided to make a voiceover for this video, was what I wanted to say, because when I was in that painting mood, I was in a painting mood, not in a talking mood. So I just grabbed my phone and threw on a playlist and listened to music and just painted, because I know kind of that if I were to do a draw with me, or if I would just kind of be talking to, if I would have been talking to through this video, I'm so sorry, I'm very all over the place. I would have maybe lost some of my painting energy, so I just, maybe it's weird. I'm weird. I'm sorry. So yeah. Also, I threw these tower-like things in the background of the painting because I thought it would give the whole thing a bit more fantasy vibes. I don't know if I achieved that, but I just did that. And also I put the red flowers. Did I already say that? I don't know. I don't remember. I put the red flowers in the foreground because I wanted to pull the whole painting together a bit more. Like I wanted to repeat the red color in the foreground. So yeah, that. Also, I kind of messed up the moon in the first attempt because there was a splotch of water on the moon, and when I tried to fix up the contour with the red paint, the color kind of bled into the moon, and I was like, oh no. So later I go in with a paint pan and I'm fixing that, so the moon is bright again then in the future. So also another thing, yesterday oh my god, yesterday my wife got us Dragon Age Inquisition again, and we've been playing it a bit, and I'm so excited for a new playthrough. I'm just so excited to play this game again, and I expect myself to draw a lot of fan art for that. Because we had this game for the PS3, and we loved it very much, very dearly. I had a lot of, I think I have a sketchbook tour on my channel where I drew one of our characters with Dorian. I think it's in one of my older sketchbooks, and I think there's Cassandra in there as well, and it was just so nice starting this game again. I don't play, I'm a backseat gamer, but my wife plays and I get to sit there and watch her. And because I'm bad at gaming and I get stressed out and I get motion sick a lot, so yeah. It was kind of like meeting old friends, you know, because these characters are so dear to me. I'm just like, it's so nice seeing you. Except Solus, we kind of love Solus, but we also do not. He has a very slappable face, is what I'm gonna say to that matter. But yeah. Also, we got all the DLCs in the deal as well, so that's nice because we haven't played the DLCs yet. We did not get them for the PS3 when we first played the game because our PS3 was like not working ideally. So we were just like, is it really worth it to pay that much? And now we got like the whole game and the DLCs for €6 or so. Very cheap, very cheap. I guess because the PS5 is out, and the PS4 is kind of, yeah, you know, it's still there, but we have to get we don't expect to earn a lot of money with games for the PS4. Is probably was what Sony is thinking. So good for us in that case, because we get to play Dragon Age Inquisition again, because it's my favorite. It's one of my favorite games. Yeah, let me know, have you played it, and if so, what's your favorite character? And yeah, I read someone calling it a fantasy dating sim or a fantasy dating simulator, and I just, that's very much on point, but also why not? Why not? It's fun. So yeah, I don't think I have a lot of things left to say, and before I bore you to death with my ramblings, I will stop talking now, and for the rest of the video I'm going to put a bit of music in the background that you can listen to while you watch me paint. And I thank you very much for watching, and we see each other next time. And until we see each other, I mean, we hopefully see each other next time, and until we see each other, please do something that makes you happy. Bye. Oh, I slapped the microphone. I'm so sorry. Yeah, bye.